John preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ here today, because God is on the throne. God is in control. He made the world and everything is in his hands. And so we submit to that. We submit to that. The sooner we do, the sooner we fall in line, then the better everything will be, because you'll be in line, you'll be in agreement. It hurts and it's frustrating when we don't agree with the truth, when we don't operate, function, walk in the day according to the truth. We expect things to work out and they don't. And so God says, come. He's willing, he's offering to explain things to us. Just come. He's a father. And as children we go, and he gives us gifts of understanding and power and how to walk and how to function and how to have things work. We don't have to be frustrated with things that are broken, things that don't work. And so pride just is like a domino effect. One thing leads to another. And I'm frustrated. Why doesn't that work? We use more strength to make it work, and it breaks more. How many times have we experienced that? I can do it. I don't need instruction. I can take the shortcut. And you try, and then you made it worse. Right? And that's where the deep regret comes from. Oh, if only it was so easy, it was so accessible. So we go through those cycles in the natural, and that's a hint for our lives. You know, your whole life, you're living your whole life like that. If you would just turn to God, He explains things to us. And so, yeah, it's interesting how God has made everything. God made everything in a way so that it works the way He wants it to, even in fellowship and in love, and how we need each other, how we cannot grow alone. But pride would say, I can. Who are you to say I can't? And we try and it breaks. If only we would turn aside to God and listen and hear and learn. And He has so much available for us. So one thing I was thinking about was how it's interesting that God made it that way, with like coaching and mentors and teachers, how you need them. Because alone, what happens? Why do you need them? Because you're not good to yourself. You think you know what you want, and yet look what happens when you're left to yourself. You give up. You quit. And so, one example I frequently turn back to is when I was going to the gym, and I had a trainer for a short while, and because I didn't know, how to use the equipment or exercise routines, and I didn't even know what really. No, I guess I did know sets and reps and all that stuff, but he was going to instruct me more and guide me, but more importantly, push me. So they know they see your potential. And you might see it too, but you don't really work it. Or you don't know the steps to it. Or if you do know the steps to it, you don't walk it. Or if you do walk it, you don't know how to finish it. So there's a lot of incompleteness. Whereas people who have gone before you, people who are expert, people, right, the mentors, right, coaches, teachers, they have seen many cycles. They have seen and brought many others to success. And so they're more able and equipped to help you through the darkness and the uncertainty in front of you. But you're prone to quit. It's too hard. You do the push-ups, and it's hard, but you can do more. But you tell yourself, you focus on the feeling, because the feeling's in you. And so that's screaming, that's loud. Yeah, I forget, lactic acid, is it, in the muscles that make it so that you can't really use your muscles. It is like a limiter. It just makes you have to rest. But you can fight through, you can push to that last ounce, squeeze out the last juice. You got a little more in you, but you're not going to go there. Someone has to push you. Someone has to push you there. You by yourself, you say, let's quit, let's stop. We don't have to go that far, because there's no other voice. There's no competition. There's no competing voice that says, no, you can. Do it. And that's support. But in the moment, it presents itself as opposition, because it's opposition to your own self-destructive voice, your own voice that sabotages, that doesn't push itself, because it's not focused on the potential, what you can be, the greatest version of you. You might have walked into the gym with that idea, with that goal, but then you quit, you retract it, you say, oh, never mind, or it doesn't take all that. So we're unstable, right? As you park your car, get out your car, walk up to the gym, you think, it takes all that, and I'm willing, and I'll do it. Let's go. You're motivated until you're in the middle of your 15th rep, and you're pushing. Okay, I'm done, right? But you're convinced, I am done. That was hard. I did a good job. But if you had someone next to you, he would see you and say, no, you got 2 more. They would know how to push you to the maximum. No, you need, if you have this goal and you want to be on schedule, you need to push harder. You need to exhaust yourself. You need to 2 more. Come on, give it to me. And because he's present, he's there, and you hear his voice offending your own voice that says, let's relax, let's stop, this is enough. You convince yourself, you persuade yourself. If you don't have someone who's interrupting you, saying, and overriding that voice, helping you not listen to yourself. Lean not unto your own understanding. Lean not unto your own understanding. So, yeah, God says this is true in many ways. He's going to tell it to us. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not unto your own understanding. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. So God is there. God is present. He's telling us, just like your trainer would tell you, keep going, 1 more. And yeah, the one I had, he was going to not just suggest it, right? He's going to be motivating. He's going to be speaking in a way that persuades you. Oh, I do. I can. Because he's speaking like that. He's speaking that into you. You got this, right? So you change your mind. By yourself, you would have said, I don't got this. Let me quit. I don't have it in me. You have fears in you. If I do this, I can. What if I can't? I might not. It might take too much from me. You don't know. You can't process. You don't understand what your voice is saying, what it means, what it's feeling, and the result of it. You congratulate yourself saying, I did 13. I don't need to do 2 more. I know my goal was 15. It's okay. We did enough. Pat myself on the back. So you don't know how to push yourself to the point where past discomfort. You do need the instructors, the coaches, to help you to do that. Even with the teams, right? When I was playing on the sports teams, and they make you go excel past your limits and boundaries. You wouldn't want to run all those laps. You wouldn't want to run up and down the field, at least as much as the coach is telling you, right? To the point of feeling dizzy and sick. But he's going to stretch. He's going to stretch your capacity. And at the end, you're going to be able to do more than you were able to before. You're going to have grown through the pain. But who's going to put you through the pain? Not yourself. Not yourself. And yet it seems so supportive, right? The voice in you. I care about you, man. I care about you. So let's not go through this pain. This hurts. Let's not be in pain, because pain is, it means something's wrong. So we should stop. And so God made us that way. Isn't that interesting? That God made it so that you by yourself would fail. You need others. You need the perspective of others, because you cannot see yourself. You don't have an accurate view of yourself. But if you choose pride, then you will go off by yourself, and you'll reap that. You'll reap the consequence of having forsaken love, having forsaken others in your life to cooperate, to learn how to have those relationships of authority, being over and under, right? Being responsible for others and being under the care of someone else, learning how to obey, learning how to listen, learning how to have long-standing relationships, right? When things don't work out, when you don't agree, but can you get over it? Can you work it out? Are you willing, or are you proud? You don't know how to humble yourself. You don't know how to be easily entreated. You don't know how to listen. You don't know how to go back and forth. Talk, listen, talk, listen. Come to agreement, become one. Right? There is a measure of becoming one with people at varying degrees. You're giving of yourself. You're opening up yourself. You're letting others know what you're thinking, what you feel, and a relinquishing of yourself, right? So admitting that you're wrong. Pride works to isolate you, preserve your loneliness, right? Your aloneness. No, I'm right, even if you're wrong, right? So I remember the story being told that I thought was very interesting. This guy, in the previous church I was at, I didn't see it, but it was a story that they told me. This happened once. He came to church angry at somebody. So angry, he brought a golf club. He had it raised over his head. He was going to hit the guy. But it turns out he wasn't. But he was angry. He followed his emotions. So he raised the golf club, and he just wanted to express this level of anger. I'm this angry at you. But what happens if you swing the golf club? He was conscious enough to know, I don't want to eat the consequence of that. Now, that would be really bad. But I did want to bring this golf club here, and I did want to raise it over my head, and I want to go this far. But now that he's done that, so pride leads you on. It traps you. It locks you in. So he's stuck. Because he obeys the emotion and the pride. So you're a slave to it. You only want to go this far, but he feels trapped. I can't let down my arm. I can't. Stop. I can't admit I'm wrong. Yeah, pride says, yeah, you can't. You gotta hit him. You gotta swing it. Even if he doesn't want to, even if a part of him says, can we stop, please? I don't want to go this far. So he raised the golf club, and he didn't know what to do. He was like hesitant. He enjoyed bringing it. He enjoyed raising his voice and having it over his head, screaming and yelling, but he didn't know the next step to take. I don't want to go back. I don't want to put down my arm. That'd be like admitting I'm wrong. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that'd be shameful. That'd be embarrassing. But I don't want to swing this either. What do I do? What do I do? He just kept being in that position until his son came to him and pushed him out of the building and said, Dad, stop, what are you doing? This is crazy. And then took him out of the building, out of sight from everyone. And then he was able to lower his arm, and the son maybe took the golf club. And then it was surprising the response that the father gave. The dad said, thank you, son, thank you. Right? He needed that help. He needed that intervention. He wanted to drop his arm. He wanted to, renege. He wanted to go back, retract. Yeah, he's like, I didn't really want to hit him, but I couldn't stop myself, right? I didn't know what the way was back. And so, yeah, it's not as shameful if someone's stopping you, right? Oh no, you're stopping me. I can't. I would hit you, but this guy's stopping me. That's why I'm not hitting you, right? So he gave that kind of impression, show, theater. So, yeah, he dropped his arm. He let go of the golf club. He said, thank you. I didn't know how to stop myself. So that's interesting, right? Yeah, what do we do? What do we do without counsel? What do we do when we're left to ourselves with our emotions? We're confused. We need people to untangle all these thoughts and emotions. They get tangled like wires. You just have so many wires or yarn all together, and eventually they get tangled. Right? Who's going to sort that out? Who's going to tell you this is red, this is blue, this is a separate strand? And have clarity and order. Trust in the Lord, the Word of God. Like when you comb through your hair, right? Make it all straight, or it's all over the place. You comb through it. You comb through the words. They comb through your heart. They run through your mind and your emotions. They run through your consciousness and your heart, and it brings order to it. Yeah, some of the things in the Proverbs, it just seems so simple. Why am I reading this, right? A man who lies is a liar. If you do evil, you're evil, and you'll receive the rewards of doing evil. That's simple. I know that. You think you know it until you read the words of God, until you receive it from God. You receive power from God. You receive the substance. There's substance as you obey, because it's an act of obedience, and God sees that, and God responds to that, to your submission to him. He says, oh, you are mine. Oh, you are submitting yourself. You are devoting yourself. You are doing devotion. You are reading my word because it's my word. Oh, so let me protect you. Let me cover you. Right? So, yeah, pride has us act in intellect and has us frustrated and not understand love. Right? When you have family members, elders, right, who might say, let me tell you a story. Back in 1942, right? Back in the old days, I heard this story before. I heard it. No, you don't say that. Right? No, you love hearing them. Tell it again. Tell it again. And you're rewarded, right? You get insights, you get lessons, you get understanding. Oh, I didn't hear that detail that other time. Oh yeah, it's more detailed, it's more full, it's more rich, and the relationship grows. Pride would say, no, I heard that. Stop. Shut up. Be quiet. I don't want to hear that. I heard it before. And yeah, you can't develop the relationship. You can't get the secret hidden things. Well, what would you have gotten? Oh no, I want to hear some new thing. I want to read books. I don't want to spend time with you. You tell me things I already know. You tell me the same stories all over again. Yeah, but you don't know what's in there. You don't know what love is. Right? Pride says, no, I need information. I need some new thing. Until, yeah, the new thing's not new anymore. And so you have them go away. Right? You lose people. Right? You have all these books and no power. Right? You have all these books and no congregation, no body. You have books that don't give you power. You have books that are eaten by book bugs that smell, that get old, that burn, that are not in you, that are not moving in you, that haven't really built you up. They've built your library. So you need more storage space. It's heavy to move all these books. But you're not heavy, right? It's not in you. It's just vain experiences. Yeah, I read that. I know this. I read that. But you can't affect things on the earth because the one who made the earth isn't giving you the power to do so. So God made us like this. Here, I made you great. Here, I made you in my image. But I also want to put this deficiency in you. What? Why do you make me dependent on others? Because you would go off on your own. We would say, oh, I don't need you. I like being self-sufficient, independent, self-sufficiency. Yeah, and that might be part of living off the grid. Maybe there's some of that in there. I don't want to depend on others. What if that fails? What if that fails? Well, trust in God. I don't want to trust in God. I want to trust in my solar panels. I want to trust it. If things fail, then I want to be able to be independent. I got my backup generators. I got things. I got storage. I got guns. Yeah. So you feel like you're all set. You feel like you're all right. Without God, without people. And then you trip and you fall and you need help. But no one's there to help you. Oh, what? You didn't prepare for that. You got all this food. You got all the locked doors. You got the security panels. You got power. It's running. But you're on the floor. And you need help. But no one's there. Because you're doing all right by yourself. But, oh, I forgot this thing. Oh, you didn't see that. You didn't account for that. Or you die of loneliness, right? Oh, man, I want someone to talk to. Yeah, but you shun people and you say, I don't need you. I'm building a cabin for myself in the woods. And, oh, you didn't account for the fact that, oh, wait, what's this emotional pain that I'm going through? I feel miserable. Man, life is not worth living. Oh, yeah, you couldn't foresee that. Trust in the Lord. And what does he do? He makes our journey of faith require people. Church. Oh, why do I have to go to church? I can do it at home, online. I can do it by myself. But you can't. That's not how God designed it. God says, do not forsake the assembling of yourself, the gathering together of yourselves. Gather together, be together, learn. If you can't love a brother who you see, how can you love God who you don't see? He said that. That's in the scripture. If you cannot love a brother who you see, how can you love God who you do not see? He's going to hide himself. Yeah, you need to learn how to have a relationship with God. You need to learn how to have a relationship with your brother. But do you know how to do that? You have to trust in the Lord. You can't say you're right all the time. You have to be able to Humble yourself. Acknowledge you're wrong. Yeah, pride would say, I'm never wrong. Right? Even if a part of you realizes, oh wait, I was actually wrong, but then you maintain the front. Say, no, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. I don't. That feels horrible. And to, oh man, now I have to admit I'm wrong. No, let me just end this conversation and then secretly, like, actually do what he said, because he was right. I hope he doesn't find out. I don't want him to feel like he was right. Yeah, the pride wants to maintain the exterior. I want people to, think I'm always right. I don't want people to ever see me fail or see me as under. I always want to present myself as on top. And so the Pharisees, they had a great opportunity. Their Messiah came, the one they were waiting for. The scriptures they were studying, they were preaching about it. There's one coming. There's one coming. And John the Baptist came. Said, there's one coming. And when he came, John the Baptist was glad, he was happy. But the Pharisees were not. Why? Weren't you saying the same thing John the Baptist was saying? There's one coming. He came now. Oh, no, he's of the devil. They can't accept it. He's doing miracles. He's moving in power. He's drawing the crowds. At a certain point, they were interested. What is this doctrine? What is this power? We're intrigued. But then when the people came, they shut off. They just changed their attitude. We don't like this guy. Saul did the same thing. David, I like you. David, when you play your songs, David, the way you fight. And when he heard the people and their affection for David, what? What about me? What? I need to be on top. I need to stay on top. But this guy's better than you. But Jesus has more power. He's higher than you. Submit. David's brother could do that. David's eldest brother, Eliab, he was dismissing David. Saying, I know your pride, David. You just came here to see the battle. Get out of here, David. But as David grows in power and favor with God and man, and he grows in ranking and promotion, and Eliab doesn't hold on to his bitterness and his opposition, his view of David, he changes it. He submits. Oh, well, you're clearly the anointed. You're clearly more favored. You're clearly higher. You're clearly more powerful. So, my position, let me adjust. Let me adjust in my mind, my thinking, my emotions. All right, David, what should we do? All right, King, my Lord. Eliab, you're older than David. You're his older brother. You had memories. You probably, David was listening to you, Eliab. You were barking the orders. You were more knowledgeable in your youth. But things have changed. Can you adjust? Especially if that adjustment is you being lower now. Oh, right? That hurts. And the pride will make it hurt more, especially if you have a demon of pride. Right? That exaggerates it. That makes it more painful. That makes it more shameful. So you're not going to be able to submit yourself under the right order. And so God gives us church, a congregation, a gathering of people where we can do that, where we can show God your humility, your willing to adjust to what's actual, to bring your heart, to be exposed, to not be hidden, to not isolate, to not have your own thoughts, your own emotions, to do things by yourself. No, be one with the group. Have the same mind, be in one accord. Can you imagine your body rebelling? That's where, the cancerous things happen. Right? Everything in your body is in the right order. What if one part rebels and says, no, I don't think I have to be in this part of the body. I could be, you know what? I really envy the eyes that have such a prominent position. The eyes get so much honor. Right? Yeah. I don't want to stay here in the gut. Right? No one sees me. No one knows what I do. I'm not appreciated. Let me move up into the eyes. Let me be the eye. No, you'd have a horrible disease, right? What is that? What happened? What's in your eye? I can't see anymore. I can't see anymore because something that's not the eye is trying to fulfill some other function. That's not you. No, I feel low in here in the darkness of your intestines. No, let me come up into the eye and then people can see me. Everyone looks at the eye. I want to be seen. No, but you don't do that well. You do this perfectly. You were doing very well. I appreciated you digesting my food. Like, be that. Do that. And we'll take care of this up here. Right? Everything in its order. But yeah, if you're insecure, then you're going to vaunt yourself. Love says no. It vaunts not itself. God tells us how to be. God tells us how to relate. God tells us how to be one, how to give of yourself, receive, talk, and listen, interact, exchange. That's how puzzle pieces, right, fit together. There's one little piece that extends, and there's one little piece that is like the receiver, and then it clicks together, and you got a whole picture. You got a picture because they know how to interlink. I'm strong here. Let me help you, brother. You're weak there. And I got weaknesses here. You can help me in this part. And God made us like that. God made it so that you're great at these things, but not so good at these things. And how is it that God made everybody like that? Wow. Right? How is it that we all are stronger with each other, with support? So, lean not to your own understanding. Trust in the Lord. He will guide you, make you, teach you, and show you, right? Oh, talk with this person, be with this person, help them with this, and let them help you here. Give here and receive here. So you by yourself, you lead yourself into much destruction. Right? You lead yourself into projects, into endeavors, and then in the middle of it, you lead yourself to quit. Right? So that's the instability that we have by ourselves. Right? Oh, I'm not that great. I can't succeed in that. Yeah, but in the beginning, you had grand ideas about yourself. So what is this? Right? So much instability. That's your very own voice that you agree with, that you think is so supportive. But you got someone else who can encourage you and motivate you. No, you are that. You can do it. Keep going. Or, hey, don't start that. That's a whole nother thing. You're not that. You don't have that. No, I wouldn't do that. Right? You get counsel. Who can listen to counsel? Right? It's hard. That's hard. But that didn't come up from me. That's not my voice. So pride would reject that. Yeah, but the humble, they can receive instruction from people that know, that see. And pride says, no, I see everything. I know everything. And so that's a slow path. Right? Oh, you want to redo the mistakes? You want to learn the hard way? That's why, many people grow up, they're older, and then their messages, the same, right? There's a commonality. They say, if I knew now if I knew then what I know now, right? Or learn from me, don't learn the hard way. So they're saying that to everybody. But most people, they don't receive it. And there's only a few who actually hear and say, oh, I hear you. I hear you. And I received that. And, oh, you actually jumped. You just skipped right? A lot of pain. Or, yeah. You say, I don't need to go there. You say, that's not what it is. Okay. Right? Pride says, no, but I got to taste it for myself. I got to see. So Eve, when she heard the serpent, she was enticed. Try it. Try it. I mean, because God could be hiding from you. You don't know until you try. And Eve agreed. She said, yeah. Why should I trust God and what he said? Why should I take him at his word? Because I could just try and see. And maybe if it's not, then I could just put the fruit back on the tree and say, never mind. It wasn't that. God, you were right. No, God doesn't want that. God says, trust. Trust it. So, yeah, we cannot trust. Pride, if we have pride, yeah, I don't know, you might be lying to me. I got to open the door myself. Whoa, that's a monster. That's a demon. That's bad consequences. Shut the door. No, you let it out. And the thieves, they broke in. Why'd you unlock the door? It might not be thieves. Let's see. No, do not open the door. Keep the door shut. Now, who are you to tell me? What do you know? And so, if we're proud, we can't work together. We can't be a unit, right? The commander said, don't go there. Stay here. Man your position. And stay at your post. And that's a good soldier. And please him who has chosen you to be a good soldier. Okay, yes, sir. You know, sir. You're the commander. You see, you have the bigger vision. You can see. So I'm sure this all works out in your plan. Yeah, I'm this part. I'm this piece. Humble yourself and do excellently and do what you're told. Yeah, but the proud one would think himself more highly than he ought to think. Well, who does he think he is? I think it'd be better if, no, but you don't, that's not your role. Right? To think it would be better if, right? They haven't given you the maps. You're not in the airplane. You don't have the radar. You're not looking at the same data. You're on the ground. You're infantry. Oh, but I have an idea. What if we just, hey guys, let's do this instead. Yeah, but God said, and Eve, she listened to the serpent. Let's do this instead. But things were not broken. Things were fine. Things are perfect. Yeah, the serpent wanted to suggest, hey, let's switch it up. Let's switch it up. Just for fun. Come on. Right? Knowledge. You might know. He might be keeping things back. Don't you want to know? Don't you want to taste? Let's just try. How bad could it be? How bad could it be? 2025. The year is 2025. And yeah. She couldn't put that fruit back on the tree. She couldn't undo that. But in a way, God's so merciful. No, he's saying, actually, you know, what you lost was God. But he offers himself to you. No, I offer forgiveness. I'll forgive you, and you can return to me. But do you want to continue to be proud? Continue to go that way? I'm letting you come back. And how do you treat your brothers? Are you unmerciful? You don't let others come back? You don't let others ask for forgiveness? No, that they're done. You're dead to me. You offended me. That's it. It's over. There's no going back. Oh, and you think, or you want, right, a way back to God? You want to be reconnected with God? But you act like that to your brothers, to your sisters? Listen to God. Trust God. Believe what he says. Receive what he says. He's making us. He's making us, shaping us, molding us, remaking us. Let us be renewed in the spirit of our minds. Be like God. Be one with God. He'll teach us how to be one with his body, with his church, one with Jesus. alone by ourselves, we die. We die. Lack of knowledge, lack of God, lack of goodness, darkness. Yeah, in outer darkness. Just perish where it's cold. You die alone. No one hears your scream. No one can pick you up. You get no heat. You're perishing. You're withering. You're dying. No one hears your cry. You're forgotten. You're not preserved. You're not kept in the house, in the storehouse, in the treasure. In God, there's prosperity, there's light, there's multiplication, there's joy, there's an increase. In God or outside of God, where do you want to be?